What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. Hope you're having a great day today. Hope you have enjoyed these devotions that our team has been bringing to you by video as we navigate through Passion Week. We know Passion Week is the final week of the life of Jesus here on the earth as he makes his way to the cross, the tomb, and then resurrection, and which we're going to be celebrating this weekend for Easter Sunday, and we're excited. Today, we want to dive in, though, into some things that happened at the Lord's Supper or Passover meal that Jesus was having with his disciples. The very last meal that he would have, last hours that he would spend with his disciples, there were some things that Jesus demonstrated that we think are pretty important for us to really understand.
Yeah, let's look in the scriptures. We're going to read in John chapter 13, verses 3 is where we're going to start. It says, Jesus knew that the Father had put all things under his power, and that he had come from God and was returning to God. So he got up from the meal, took off his outer clothing, and wrapped a towel around his waist. After that, he poured water into a basin and began to wash his disciples' feet, drying them with the towel that was wrapped around him. So we just read about how Jesus became a servant, how he reached down and washed his disciples' feet, each one of them, even Judas, who he knew had betrayed him. But he became a servant and loved them, each one of them. We read in Luke chapter 22 where the disciples are having dispute. They're arguing. They're trying to decide who would become the greatest, what makes them great. And they were all seeking titles and trying to become greater humans. And Jesus is sitting there saying, you guys got it all wrong. You're working on the world system here, but in my system, it doesn't work like that. You become great by serving, as he demonstrated to his disciples by washing their feet.
Yeah, I thought it was really powerful. And I love how the verse, even in John, starts off that he knew the Father had put all things under his power. So Jesus knew who he was. He didn't have an identity crisis, but he knew who he was. And I think that's a powerful part of serving. It's hard to serve others when you always feel like you have to prove something. It's hard to serve when our pride or our ego is telling us, no, you've got to prove who you are. You've got to prove something. You got to validate yourself. See, whenever you know who you are in Christ, when you get that image right, serving, I think, just flows out of us. And I think that's one of the things that Jesus demonstrated. And listen, I'm encouraged, I'm stirred, I'm reminded that as we watch Jesus do this in these last hours with his disciples, it's very important. And also it's crucial that even us as believers today live our lives that way. That instead of seeking titles, we pick up towels.
Yes.
Instead of trying to climb the ladder, that we actually stoop down and begin to serve those around us, each other, the world, and anyone that we can serve and show the love of Christ to. Listen, we love you guys.
Yes.
Thank you so much for watching, and we're going to have a great celebration this weekend.